KSXMYC, Bozo Net, 1296.
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf, 971.
Yeah, good evening, Dave. Looks like you're numero uno in here in the check-in category. Good evening. How are you doing? Another nice day, huh?
Yeah, it cleared up at the end there, but looks like we're going to get rain here in the next day or two.
Yeah, we should have one more nice day tomorrow and then get cold over that night and start raining.
Yeah, and that's going to rain through the weekend from what I hear.
Yeah, it could be as much as 4 days in a row. That'll be something different.
Yeah, they're saying an inch on Thursday. But, you know, you take that with a grain of salt. I'd love to see an inch of rain up here.
Sorry, I didn't follow that.
I said they're calling for an inch of rain on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, an inch, maybe more by the time it's over. It's supposed to rain off and on for 4 days, give or take, so I'll believe it when I see that. But that's a nice slow-moving storm and perhaps rain every day, which would, that's the kind of rain that we need to start filling up the ponds and stuff over.
Hi, Roger.
Let me just take a standby and see if Ralph is down there. K6TSK. I wonder if you're copying Ralph. K6TSK. Maybe he's down 10, but I asked him to be here at 7:30. I was a minute later, so. K6TSK. K6 Tango Sugar Kilo. DM03, I believe. K6MYC, DM07. Over. Not sure why Bill and Mike are not in here this evening. Bill's usually out here on 1296 like clockwork, so we're missing some people tonight.
Roger.
KM6 SRR.
Well, there he is. Our fearless secondary leader. How are you doing today, Rob?
Oh, doing good. I have my volume turned down a little bit there. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got, 2-3 loads of wood in on the ATV cart, and I can't store anymore and keep it dry, so I'm full right now.
If you do run out of dry stuff, I've got more than enough. I cut all the stuff that was left when you were here. All that pile has been cut up and stacked. And a good part of it is oak. It's a mixture of oak and pine. It was half and half in there, but I've also got lots of oak.
I think I'll be doing pretty good. Now that I know I've got a new storage area here, we'll see how long it lasts me, and then I can get a gauge on what to do next year.
There you go. Okay, well, I'm looking down toward Ralph, but I guess he isn't there, and I haven't heard any splatter from down the bend, so I don't know if anybody's down there working them. You guys see anything on the spectrum there that says AA6S is down there?
I was tuned into 1296-090, and I heard Mike calling for Ralph, so Mike was definitely on there. Didn't hear Bill.
Okay, you had a double, so who was the other one?
WA6AAJ727.
Very good. Did you catch up with Ralph down there?
No Ralph, and Bill has got a bad back.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. What did he do? He twisted some way that he shouldn't have?
What I got was he was cooking eggplant for 3 hours standing over it. So that's the first I've heard of that one.
Oh, boy. Well, I got stuff back today. I was out here sorting hardware. I went into my stock room the other day, and the quarter-inch bolt hardware stuff was all mixed up and extra bins of it and so on. And so I brought a lot of that out, and I sat here for about an hour and a half, leaning over the bench with a magnet and sorting out the stainless from the non-stainless and sorting out the sizes. And I stood up, and I couldn't straighten up. It took me about three or 4 seconds before I could, come on back. I don't want to live in this hunched over condition here. I sat too long in one spot. Anyway, you're sounding good, Mike, and hopefully you're feeling better. You were under the weather a little bit, weren't you?
Yeah, and I still got it in my sinuses and head. I can't get rid of it. It's really kind of bugging me.
Well, it might be just allergy. I had an allergy attack the other day, Thursday, Friday. That's why I didn't go to the flea market. I was just, I couldn't get 2 feet from a box of Kleenex. Over.
Roger. Yeah, mine's just kind of constant in the head, and then I'll get a sneezing attack, and that'll go away, and then I've got to blow my nose, and then I'll start hacking, and it's all clear crap, but it's just hanging around.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I got a bottle full a long time ago when I had that snake bite. They recommended I always keep a bottle of Benadryl because if nothing else, the Benadryl will keep you with your breathing tubes open if the snake bite gets just to the point where it's swelling up up your arm and into your chest and starts to close up your neck. If you take Benadryl, it'll keep your breathing tube open. But anyway, so I had a little bottle of Children's, so I took a double dose of Children's, just one little tiny cup. I mean, it's like a teaspoonful or a tablespoonful. And boy, that stopped mine right now. But I didn't believe that it would do that. It stayed under control, and it never got bad again. I had a couple other little sneezing attacks for a minute or two, but it wasn't near like hours and hours on end like it was the first day or two. Over.
Roger. Well, maybe I'll try that next.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's red. You just get the liquid form. Comes with a little cup on top that shows you how much to use. But even the Children's is plenty strong enough. I mean, I took that. It's about the size of a half of a jigger, a third of a jigger maybe. And I drank one swallow of that. And boy, in a half an hour, I was so sleepy. You can't be driving. I said, don't be driving and taking this stuff. No kidding. I couldn't keep my eyes open. So I went in and laid down and slept for about an hour. Then I was fine after that. But at the first hour or two, it really gets you drowsy.
Yeah, that is true. I remember that when I was taking that a few years back. Well, it's good to take at night when you're congested and you want to sleep better and breathe better.
Absolutely, yeah. They gave it to me, actually, when I was sitting in the hospital. They gave it to me, and along with all the other medicine and the injections of the anti-venom stuff that they were putting in me, they also gave me a tablespoonful of Benadryl. They said it was Benadryl. They called it something else, but he says it's just like Benadryl. So that's probably what it was.
All right, I'll head back down to 090 and try again, see what happens.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's see who else is in here. K6MYC. I'm still beaming toward LA, but I think I might as well move up. I thought I called Ralph here at 7:30 on this frequency. Sometimes, one time 2 weeks ago, he did come up and work us here. But today I haven't heard him, and I called a couple of times. I was a little late, but not real late. So anyway, maybe you can go back down at 7:45 or 8 o'clock and see if you can catch him again later, if you're going to stick around. Anyway, it was very quiet here. Rob, do you know what's going on with Aaron?
Yeah, he wasn't home yet, but he will be getting home pretty soon, I think.
Okay, is the stream running, do you know?
Yes, the stream's running.
Okay, because I can't tell from here. Well, I can't tell from this shack because I don't turn the monitor on. Okay, I'm going to go over towards Santa Cruz and see if we can get Tom in here.
Yeah, Aaron was going down south and doing some POTA activations today. I think 3 different places, maybe 4.
What were you doing down south?
Aaron was going down south to several parks and doing the POTA activations. You know, POTA is Parks on the Air.
I know what it is. I forgot. I guess he has a... Is he off another week? I thought he had vacation last week. Oh, this was a holiday anyway, wasn't it?
To make this a 4-day vacation for him.
Yeah, this was a holiday anyway, wasn't it?
Yep, and he took yesterday off as a vacation day.
Well, how about it we just list it 1079 tonight?
Oh, I think he'll be home to check in, but if not, he'll probably call me on the radio. I got my radio on.
All righty, very good. Well, I'll write down 102 then, huh? All right, I'm over towards Santa Cruz, KW6 Sugar, KW6S, K6MYC. Tom, are you there tonight? Hear him yet, but maybe he'll be there. We'll rag chew here for a minute. If I don't hear him, we'll move up and catch some of the Bay Area guys. He usually comes in, and when he hears me, he can hear me when I'm pointed toward the Bay Area, so he'll pop in. KW6 Sugar, KW6S. The Bozo Net is here, all 5 of us. 4 of us, 3 of us. All 3 of us, 971, 432, and 47 in real life, in living color, and the rest of us are in a Memorex mode. Anyway, KW6S, K6MYC, over, Tom.
K6MYC, KW6S, 610. It actually works better if I switch the antenna to the radio I'm listening on.
Well, that is always helpful, yes.
Yeah, I was looking on the streaming and it's like, wow, you're pointing at me and I'm not hearing you, and it turns out I have to switch to a different radio. I'm still haven't changed up the relay, and I've got a little bit of, I'm down on power a little bit tonight, but I'm hearing you in really good shape.
Yeah, you're coming in good, and I haven't even tried to move, look for where the path is tonight. So you're doing fine. Good signal. And thanks for being there. You can always, when all else fails, I guess you could turn the stream on and see, why am I not hearing anything? The stream is hearing a bunch of stuff, and I hear Mike on the stream. Why can't I hear him on my radio?
Yeah, I have 2, I have more than 2, but I have 2 computers in here, and this particular one that I use for logging in my ham gear, I can watch the streaming, but I don't have any speakers on it to allow me to listen to it. Finish pointed, and at the computer on the other end of the room, I can. I have speakers on it and I can listen. But usually just seeing where you're pointed is good enough to put me on the alert mode. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, okay, should do that. I have not received an email from you, so I don't know if you sent one or not, but let me give you my email address one more time. You can confirm. Mike, K6MYC at protonmail.com, all lowercase.
Yeah, I did not send anything. I do have that written down here. Today got away from me and I didn't do anything, but on the bench. But I will plan on getting an email off to you tomorrow, and I can probably get the stuff boxed up and sent. Where would you like it sent?
Well, you can send it to the house. I don't think it'll make any difference cost-wise whether you send it to me directly or to the plant, but you can send it to my house, and I'm okay on QRZ, or I can give you the address.
Yeah, I think, the address in QRZ looks like somebody should deliver it. Do you have a preference on who delivers stuff there?
No, UPS works. I got a new driver. He didn't want to come down the driveway the other day, but if he ever comes back, he knows he's got plenty of room to turn around. We admonished him for being such a chicken. He didn't want to drive down my gravel driveway.
And getting them together, I get to hear all the horror stories.
Yeah, some of the drivers are very nervous about driving down gravel driveways. Although, if you want, you can just have it sent to the plant. I'm not in any great hurry for it, so it could go to the 4402 North Selland in Fresno address as just as easily. Over.
No, I'll send it direct there to you, so I'll do that, and we'll get stuff moving your way.
Sounds good.
WA6AAJ.
Dr. Lee, he's getting his tower, they delayed him, and it's going to be Thursday at this point.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Before you ship it, I'll get it next I'll get it Monday next week. That's Monday or Tuesday is fine. I'm not in a hurry, like I say. Let's see. Mike wants to say hello to you. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I'm pointed at you right now. I wanted to check Ralph in. I got a hold of Ralph, so check him in. Number 3, over.
Yeah, okay. Well, you don't have to point at me to tell me that. I can hear you no matter where you point. But go ahead and say hello to Tom over there. Or you're not very far away from Tom if you pointed at me.
No, I'm heading down there. KW6S. KW6S. I'm almost on you, Tom. KW6S. WA6AAJ. Any copy?
Oh, wow, yeah. I wasn't finding you and got a little bit further south, and there you were. WA6AAJ, KW6S. Good evening.
Good evening there, Tom. Yeah, I was down talking to Ralph and got him checked in, and so Mike can hear me wherever I'm pointing, but sometimes I get him in a null, and I've got to be a little bit more on top of him. Anyway, good seeing you on Saturday, and hope you sold a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, see you. The whole running and getting to talk to a few people, although not enough, was the highlight of the trip. It seemed like everybody brought stuff that I did not sell last year, and again, not sell this year. And then I realized I'm pretty much that as well. Most of the stuff I had come last year and didn't sell again, and then the stuff that was new and fresh, for the most part, I did sell some of. But yeah, it was a fun meet. I think it'd be more fun if I just didn't take anything to sell.
Roger. Yeah, I ended up selling to one guy that I didn't think I would be selling to. That's old Jerry, K6PKO, and he bought 3 items from me, and that was it. So I gave him some good deals, and he was happy, I was happy, and that was that.
What did you buy?
He was my first ever QSO on maybe 6-meter AM in '72. So I've always remembered and recognized him. I didn't get a chance to talk to him on this trip, but last year we kicked stuff around pretty good. But it looked like you had a few items still in the pickup when you left, so you didn't totally sell out.
No, I didn't, but that's okay. I've been there and not sold anything. So, and Mikey, he bought a couple of pieces of Collins from me and old antique battery radio. Over.
Oh, okay, I was hoping he might get him on VHF. He used to be on 2 meters, I think, but he's gotten real quiet. I thought we could get him to be a Bozo member, but I guess not.
I think you doubled with Tom.
Yes, good to have stuff go. But, yeah, instead of turning up the net here, I'll let you go, and we'll continue on another time. W6AJ, KW6S. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, very good. Did you hear what I said, Mike?
Yeah, Jerry on 2 meters. I'm not sure if he's on 2 meters. I know he's on HF. I'm going to have to ask him that.
Yeah, I thought he used to be. I worked him. I think that's how I met him on 2 meters. I can't be sure of it, but I'm not that much on HF. But I could have met him on HF. I don't remember anymore now. Anyway. Alrighty, I'm going to go up a little bit and see who else we have in the Bay Area. So 7-3, Tom, and we'll see you tomorrow. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, PKO was on 2 meter 220 AM way back in the early 70s, and I worked him there with a piece of surplus gear, 1.2. But that's a whole other story. I'll let you get off to the Bay Area. K6MYT, KW6S.
Yeah, by the way, did you guys hear about the earthquakes, the big one in Russia, and then there was another one just a little while ago in Santa Cruz, a 7.0 in Santa Cruz. Did you hear that?
Not this Santa Cruz.
Did you feel it there?
No, I didn't feel anything.
I wonder if it was real.
I haven't heard anything. I'll have to check.
Yeah, they said it was a 7.0. You should have felt something, but the one in Russia was big, and they had warnings out for tsunamis, 9-foot waves, and so on, all over the coast, all the way from Japan across to the west coast here. It was an 8.7 in Russia, over.
Wow. Yeah, it says 0 earthquakes in the past 24 hours. Could have been Santa Cruz, a different Santa Cruz somewhere?
I don't know. Maybe it was a bogus commit. Maybe it was a phony one. It was on Facebook. God only knows. Anyway, the one in Russia, I think, was real, because that one had warnings all over the place. And they wouldn't have gone so wild with the warnings if it hadn't been for real Hawaii and all that. But I kind of predicted it because of what the sun's doing right now. The sun is putting out gigantic stuff and really disturbing our magnetosphere and stressing the Earth's magnetic field and so on. So Kilauea is going off in Hawaii, and now the earthquake in Russia. And I don't know what the deal was on the Santa Cruz thing. I got that secondhand listening to Judy on the phone, so it might not have been real. Anyway, we'll let you go, and I guess we'll find out by morning or a little later this evening.
Yeah, nothing noticed here, and none of our news stuff around here has anything, so we'll have to wait and see, and I'll check it out a little more.
Yeah, maybe they were just, maybe the Santa Cruz came up not because of the earthquake, but because of the warning of the tsunami coming to the west coast. It's supposed to be 7 to 9 foot, but you know how that is.
Oh, yeah, okay, I did see some comment about tsunami warning, but yeah, I'll have to listen or watch for the tsunami warning stuff.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll have all kinds of updated news on it. And there may be others. We're just at the beginning of a real stressful 2 days. The next 2 days are really gangbusters on the sun. It's just going crazy.
Yeah, well, I knew that. The bands, the HF bands, have been seeming to be really poor tonight earlier. So something's going on.
Yeah, it wiped out 80 meters big time this morning, and it just takes one band after the other. But low bands really suffer. All right, 7-3, Tom. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Get a complete update. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC going to the Bay Area, looking for anybody in the Bay Area for check-ins here on 1296. K6MYC Bozo Net, standing by, Bay Area.
86, W6, 86, that's okay. Good evening, Mike.
Okay, I got 2 or 3 of you here. I got KD6S, okay. I got you, Fred, at 507. I got 1296 in here, and probably J and N too. Let me see. I may not be peaked on you guys. Give me a little more. Yeah, Jim, WB6, J and N. Go ahead.
Yeah, K6MYC.
I got to go up 10, Mike.
Roger.
That's coming here a little while ago. This wing was aimed at Santa Cruz. Japan, Norway. Perhaps that'll do it for you.
Well, the conditions are not really good. Lots of flutter. I can't get rid of the flutter no matter where I point. But we've got you at Q5, but with difficulty. So it's not what we would call conversational tonight. And Jim broke in over the top of you and said he was going up to 110 and pick up Santa Cruz. So you may want to go up there and listen on that one as well, Jim. WB6JNN 285. Thank you. 73 K6MYC.
285 on QSY.
Over to you, Fred. Let's see if I can pull you out. KD6SOK, and I'll wiggle for you. K6MYC.
Band is going up and down like you said. The band is going up and down. So maybe I'll have some more chatter. So what about the index? I'm looking at the US scale and how does it look? That kind of a magnitude earthquake, if that was strong, it probably would send 9-foot waves into Santa Cruz. I'll take a look at that tonight and see what it is. Anyway, just wait for the rain to come in tomorrow. It's cloudy over here. It was a nice day. It was nice and warm. But it's cloudy. Okay, so cloudy again. I'm looking at the radar, and there's a big storm moving in on California here. So it'll be here probably in about 12 hours or so. Anyway, Mike, hope that's enough chatter. 86, that's okay.
Yeah, well, I got you up to a marginal Q5 at the end, Fred, but the early part was pretty weak, but I got the gist of it. Okay, on your weather, we had a nice day here. It was supposed to be in the mid-70s, and I think it probably got there. But we didn't have, we had intermittent sun, clouds and intermittent sun today, so it could have gotten a lot warmer if the clouds hadn't come in. Anyway, we're expecting some rain also sometime late Wednesday, and then next 4 days after that, 3 days after that. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's supposed to be raining here on and off. So who knows? But the conditions here on 1296 are certainly disturbed. You're down a bit, and so is everybody else. 7-3, Fred, thanks very much for coming up and checking in and giving us a check-in here on 1296. 86SOK, we'll see you on Thursday, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, see you on Thursday, 7-3. 775. Good night, Mike.
7-3, and who was the other one? Go ahead. We haven't heard KB6BA for quite a while. He did come back from his trip to New Mexico, and he's been quiet. He checked in one day. KT2G, how about you, Mark? KT2G, KB6BA. Let's see, who else? We got Well, WA6AXX hasn't checked in for a long time. Looks like he's gone. His party's coming apart at the seams. Anyway, let's see. Anybody else before we move on up to Oakley? QRZ Bay Area Bozo Net. Check-ins, please. Check-ins. Anybody left? K6MYC. Over.
Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
775.
Okay, I hear 775. Good evening, Mike, and I also hear 637. Thank you, Paul. Stand by a second, Paul. You're very loud. Let me get it over to Mike. Go ahead, Mike, and see if I can pull you through. So far, pretty close to 100%. Go ahead, Mike.
K6MYC, K6MYC, KB6 BSC. Happy birthday to all the veterans out there. Hope you had a good day. Back to you, Mike, KB6 BSC.
Yeah, Roger, when I just started to move the antenna on you, and I brought you up a little bit, it's Q5, Mike, so good to have you in here. Conditions are a little bit down today in terms of raw signal strength, but everybody seems to be there. We're getting a pretty good check-in list here. So thanks very much for being there, Mike. Everything's fine here, and I guess your temperatures, you're probably going to start to see some rain here pretty quick, aren't you?
Negative, 56 degrees tonight, 56 degrees. It was warm in Southland, so that makes up for it, I guess. That's where I work.
52 was there.
Okay, 52 was there, and when do you guys expect to rain, Jim?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I haven't looked at it today. Yesterday it said something like 20 to 30% chance, so we're not expecting much if we get anything.
Okay, we got a 90% chance, I think, by Wednesday, Thursday, so it's sometime late tomorrow probably for us there. But you guys, I think the storm's coming across you, so you should get it before we do. All right, thanks for getting 52 in there and coming back in. I got you nice and strong right now, Jim. Over.
Okay, yeah, I just took a look at the forecast, and it's coming in Wednesday night and Thursday, and the percentages are high enough that it looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, so you're down to Wednesday night now. That means we may not see anything on Wednesday, and won't see anything until perhaps Thursday. But that's okay. All right, thanks, Jim, and we'll see you obviously tomorrow on 2 meters here, and the rest of you as well. Good evening, guys. W6PQL, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775, K6MYC. Anybody else before we go to Oakley?
Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, Jay, he may want to try.
Do I want to try? Was that a comment to me or somebody else? Go ahead.
I said I heard AAJ at 5'7". I wonder if he's hearing me. WB6J, and then that's when he was aimed at Santa Cruz.
Yeah, you came way up that time. AAJ, Mike, are you still here? WA6AAJ?
Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
I've got you, Paul. Stand by. We're just trying to clear out the local stuff here. Okay, I don't hear him. I think he's gone. Usually when he works, Ralph and checks in here, he's pretty much gone after that, Jim. I'm sorry we didn't catch you earlier. I didn't hear what you said on your earlier transmission. You came way up on the last one, so maybe I wasn't pointed far enough north to get you. Anyway, good evening again, Jim. WB6JNN, K6MYC. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, very good. WB6JNN. Yeah, he was about 5'7" here, so he might have heard me earlier, but the band's up and down, WB6JNN.
Yeah, well, you're holding up now. You're very Q5, so it's much improved from when you, and probably Fred would be stronger as well. Thanks, Jim. I'll pass on the fact that Mike was very good for you when he checks in tomorrow night. Maybe you can catch him on 2 meters. Well, maybe not with your broken system there, but try to check in with somebody anyway and let us know you're there. 73 Jim, WB6JNN, K6MYC.
Probably only if he was on Venus or something.
Okay. Anybody else before we go to Oakley? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 1296. Okay, Paul, go ahead. Didn't mean to hold you, but we had a lot of other chatter that you may not have been hearing. K6 Whiskey India Sugar booming in, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar. This is K6WIS number 637, Placerville Foothills. You've had an astoundingly good, strong signal on the bounce path here, Mike. You're peaking almost S9 sometimes, but we're on the downswing right now, so I hope I'm still getting through to you. So just checking in, and back to you, Mike. Over.
Okay, nobody else. You did not get any check-ins from Clear Lake tonight?
I don't even try Clear Lake anymore on 1296. The stations there do not have 1296 anymore, over.
No, Roger, I wasn't sure. Okay, thanks for that. I did work them once this week anyway, so that was good. Thank you, Paul, and we'll look for you on the direct path in another 5 or 10 minutes here at the latest. And look for you tomorrow, of course, on 2 meters. K6 Whiskey India Sugar on the bounce path. Very nice. K6MYC.
Okay, thanks, Mike. We'll check you on the direct path a little later. 73, K6WIS.
Okay. Now up to Oakley here. N6RO, N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC.
K6MYC and Company, N6RO, Bozo 835. In Charlie Mike 97, Oakley, California, 94561. High temperature, 73. Dinner was filet mignon and red asparagus and the usual mushrooms and onions and carrots. Nothing new to report on the radio scene. We're trying to recruit people for the sweepstakes sideband this weekend. See you tomorrow on 2 from N6RO.
Okay. By the way, does Hector have an email address that you can reach him if you need him? Over.
Who's that?
Does Hector have an email address? I have a friend, Jeff Briggle, AI6TN, Tango November, lives in Idaho now, and he has got a U.S. Tower 72, brand new one coming, and he's going to need some help, perhaps even doing the concrete, doing the rebar, whatever. I don't know whether Hector does any of that stuff, but he's certainly going to need help with it, getting the antennas up. He's going to get a cycle buster and some other stuff. So Jeff is an ex-49er football player. He played as a lineman for the 49ers for several years. He's a big, strong guy, but he doesn't have a lot of experience putting towers up. Over.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, I have Hector's address, but not in front of me. I just emailed him some stuff about his coming visit later in the month. I think it's Hector X82K at gmail.com, but don't rely on that. I'll have it for you tomorrow night.
Okay, either that or send an email directly to AI6TN and see if his email on his QRZ page works. You can send me an email or give it to me tomorrow night. My email is easy, Mike K6MYC at protonmail.com. If you get it to me, then I can probably get it to him. I think I have Jeff's phone number somewhere, but I recommended he get in touch with Hector somewhere along the line, because Hector can do a fine job for him and probably wouldn't, and Brigo can afford him. Over.
Yeah, okay. He'll probably have to do the concrete forming and base plate and all that stuff. Hector does the tower, but that's just my opinion. Was it AI6 Tango Mike, the guy you want to talk?
AI6 Tango November. You should see it. If it comes up right, it'll be Jeff Bregel. I don't know how it's spelled, Bregal or something close to that. And it's someplace in Idaho.
Yeah, TN. Okay, gotcha. Tango November. Okay, I should always carry my email addresses when I check in here. But I'll get them to you tomorrow night on 2 meters. See ya. N6RO.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, Jeff is a good guy, very personable. He doesn't have the best speech in the world. He talks like a football player. You know, he slurs his speech a little bit, but a very bright guy. He got straight A's when he went to USC and played for USC. He played football for USC, of course. He's been known to bench press 500, over.
Right. You may remember Pat Bacon, his original call was WA7NIN. I think it's W7UA now. But he played for the Buffalo Bills way back, decades ago. And, of course, Joe Rudy, famous baseball player. So we got a good big-time sports guy with licenses.
Roger. Joe Rudy, I haven't talked to for a long time. He moved to Florida, and he got very quiet. We used to talk regularly. I know Joe Rudy quite well. In fact, he was here and actually engraved my tower base on one of the towers up on the hill here. So he and I go way back and have spent a lot of hours together over the years and over the air and so on. But since he's moved to Florida, he's gotten very quiet. And it's interesting you mention him because I'd kind of forgotten him. You know, when I don't talk to people, I have so many other people that are regulars with me, like all the net here and stuff. I tend to forget some of my old guys. And oh my God, I haven't heard from him for a couple of years. What's going on? You know. Anyway, I should try to reach Joe and see if he's because he was when he moved to Florida, he lived in I think it was in Hawaii for a while too. I'm not sure. I've lost track of that now. But anyway, he's moved to Florida where his kids are, the grandkids and all. And I think that was to satisfy the wife, obviously. But he was planning on getting on the air, and unless he ran into some weird restrictions or something, I thought he should be on and talking to us. Maybe he is. I just haven't heard him. Usually we were talking 2-3 times a year at least on the phone. 7-3, Ken, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night. Thank you. If you can find an email for Jeff and send him that Hector information. And I had mentioned it, Jeff, to you. I mentioned you to Jeff so he knows who you are. I said you're the big contest station up there in California. And he may, I gave him your call sign, and he may have looked it up. But so he knows who it might be coming from. He just referenced me that I asked you to send him Hector's information, and you recommend him highly for everything above the ground. Hi. N6RO 73 K6MYC.
Yeah, right. Good. By the way, there's extreme QSB tonight on this band, and last night it was on 80 meters. A 40 dB swing within a few seconds. I've never seen it on 80 that severe, but things are getting strange on the sun. I had another comment about Jeff's QRZ email okay?
Well, I think it is. I suspect it. If it doesn't get through, it doesn't get through. But if he's got it on the QRZ page, it's probably okay. Over.
Yeah, I'll just send his address to him later tonight when I get back in the house. And I just can't remember something else that's going on. But I'll call you at 3 in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, the sun is really acting up. I don't know if you we were talking about it this morning, but the next 2 days are going to be really wild. It was bad enough already with the big 8.7 earthquake in Alaska and the Kilauea in Hawaii going off and spewing lava all over the place. Those are both indications of a very, very stressed Earth magnetosphere and magnetic field. So we are just at the beginning of a 2-day debacle from the sun. It's really going to go crazy. Over.
Well, just hope it avoids the weekend contest. What I wanted to talk about was Joe. I haven't talked with him directly. He has a flagpole antenna in a homeowner's restricted place, but he is on the air. Sometimes he remotes into a K7ZSD station in the contest. Now, once in a while he checks into the street corner on 80 meters, but I haven't heard him there in quite a while. During the winter, we could probably hear him with his flagpole. Anyway, he's on the air as far as I know. See you tomorrow in 6 hours.
Okay, yeah, with the flagpole, he's probably on 80 meters quite a bit, and I just haven't been on 80. But if you run across him any way, shape, or form, well, you give him my best wishes and tell him I'm on. I could look for him on 40 or 20 in the evenings. I'd be very happy to run across him there. NK7U, yeah, that's Joe's call. I should just send him an email. But I don't do very well on the computer. I have to get Judy involved, and that always gets into where's QRZ and how do I look him up and what's this and what's that. Over.
Yeah, okay, I understand. I'm having trouble hooking up a new printer to my computer. I have to call in my IT specialist to help me with just about everything involving computers. Okay, I'll send that email off to that address of Hector to Jeff, and we'll see where that goes.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Talk to you tomorrow. And have a good evening. Trying to get some good rest. Don't get up at 3 in the morning.
I'm almost back on a regular schedule. Going to bed at a reasonable hour instead of 5 a.m. and sleeping into about 10 instead of 2. So, making progress, but it'll all go haywire the next time I do a couple of overnighters. See you tomorrow.
7-3. Okay, anybody else while I'm pointed this way for 1296, check in, over. Okay, let's go to Sacramento here. Let's see, this should be about right here. For Darren. Darren, KJ6KFB, KJ6KFB, K6MYC, calling and listening. Darren. I'm not sure if I'm hearing something in there or not. Maybe your ears listening to the stream might pick it up, Rob. KJ6KFB. Let's try again. KJ6KFB. 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 756. K6MYC. Kilo 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. Calling and standing by. Standing by. I'm not hearing anything I can be sure of, Rob. So I'm going to go on up and see if we can get KR6MR. Let's go here. That should be pretty close to KR6MR. 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 K6MYC calling and listening.
K6MYC. K6MYC. This is
Solid copy, very marginal, but solid copy. Q5, John. What a pleasure to hear you there. I did not hear Darren. But it sounds like the conditions are good enough, so if he was there, I would have heard him. But I did not hear him, and I'll go back and try him again in a few minutes when we come back from Nevada. I don't think there's anybody in Nevada that's going to be on tonight, come to think of it. Nobody's going to be there in Nevada. I talked to Daniel last night, and he said he didn't think he'd be on, and nobody else is functional at this point. Yeah, Larry N7 Whiskey Tango's antennas are all screwed up. So I don't think those guys will be on from Nevada tonight. Hopefully you're copying. There is some QSB, and it may go up and down. I may go out on you completely. KR6MR, K6MYC, how copy? I was talking about Darren. I think you asked me who I was talking about. I was talking about Darren. I did not hear Darren yet. And I was also talking about the boys in Nevada. I don't think they'll be on because they've had a weather problem up there and they haven't got the antennas back up again. KR6MR, K6MYC, over. I've lost you, John. I've lost you. You've took a fade on me. That's the way the band is tonight. It's up and down. Quite a bit of QSB on the band. You're probably having difficulty with me as well. But thank you very much for being there, and pretty good signal on the first transmission there. I was very surprised. Hi. KR6MR 73s, and we'll see you tomorrow night, John. We'll see you tomorrow night. KR6MR 73, K6MYC. Over. Okay. How are you doing, Rob? I think we're done, except to go back and see if who did we miss mainly? Did we miss any big guys? Oh, let's go back and see if I can get Darren. Let me try one more time for Darren here. KJ6KFB. Maybe we can catch a peek, Darren, if you're in there. KJ6KFB. KJ6KFB Sacramento, K6MYC calling and standing by, over. Well, I'm just not hearing anything, Rob. I think we got everybody for the most part out of the Bay Area, so I think we're done for the evening here. KM6SRR, K6MYC. And Aaron, are you home yet?
I haven't heard Aaron on the little radio that we have connected for each other. So anyway, yeah, my stream's about 20 to 30 seconds slow, so I'm really out of it trying to listen to it and help you.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not a problem. I gave pretty big windows for listening, and I just couldn't hear anything from Darren. You probably heard a little bit of John there.
Yeah, I heard John, and I didn't hear anything from Darren.
Okay. So what do we got? About 17, 18, something like that?
Let me count. I've got 16, Mike.
Okay, yeah.
17 last week, so we're just shy one.
Not too bad for a kind of a marginal night. I don't know where Mark is over there. I thought Mark would be checking in more often, but maybe he's traveling again back and forth to Italy. KT2G. And of course KB6BA has 1296, but he's mainly a microwave guy. So I'm always lucky when we get him in here. And of course we've lost Ed, WA6AXX, obviously for permanent, for at least for the till the next electoral cycle.
Yeah, I just got a text from Aaron. He says he's home, but he's unloading the car now.
Okay. Well, tell him we got him all checked in, and Brittany as well.
Okay, sounds good. What about Mike, W6PE? Does he have 1296?
Yeah, Mike's missing, but what did he say he was doing the last couple of days? He was taking a class or something, but I don't know whether that's impacting his check-ins here or not. Yeah, that would have been an easy one for us, wouldn't it? And of course, Ed is not Ed, but Bill was missing also a 6S, and we could also have N6B, N6H. Oh, for God's sake, what's Mike's call?
BYH.
Yeah, BYH. He could be in here, so we could have had easy 20.
Yeah, Kerry should have been in here too, huh?
Yeah, Kerry's been very quiet. He's walking, so I don't think it's a walking issue, but they're going back and forth to it's either him at the doctor or her, so that may be impacting him a little bit here. Must be busy with something because he didn't send any blogs yesterday either. Alrighty, well, I'll see you. I'll look for you tomorrow. And are you going to be home all day tomorrow?
Yeah, I plan on it, depending on what the rain's doing. Looks like it's supposed to hit around midnight tomorrow, so I'll be out there working on moving more boulders. Pretty much done for gathering up the wood here, so we should be warm for a few months during the winter at least.
Okay. Well, I don't know. The guys in the Bay Area aren't expecting rain until late Wednesday night, so I suspect that means we won't get much until Thursday morning, but who knows? We'll believe it when we see it, won't we? When the rock is wet, it's raining.
Yep, that's for sure.
Okay. Take care. 7-3, and if Aaron pops in here, tell him thanks for doing the stream, even though he was floating in Never Land there. KR6MR. No, that's not right. KM6 SRR. I'll get my brain connected in a minute here. K6MYC. And of course, we didn't have Daniel in here tonight either. Daniel's been down because of the storm, but I think maybe next week Daniel will have his stuff back up unless they get hit again.
Yep, and I need to change my call sign and make it much shorter for you, huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
I need to change my call sign and make it much shorter so it's easier for you to remember.
Yeah, K6RE.
Yeah, well, I already got my QSL card, so I'm kind of locked in.
Oh, boy. You're screwed now. Made a $20 investment.
Yeah, that's important to me. I'm a tightwad.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay.
Okay, Mike. We'll see you tomorrow night. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
73, Rob. K6MYC, Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, Bozo 47 in Central California near Fresno, closing the 1296 Bozo Net on 11/11/25 K6 NYC. Good night, all.